Welcome back to Midnight Archives. We journey into the abyss where urban legends breathe, the paranormal beckons, and fear finds its home. Join our community of brave souls by liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. As the midnight hour approaches, the archives await your presence. Let's begin. In this exploration, we delve into both the well-known figures in the community and those mysterious beings that lurk in the shadows of the unknown. Here's a beginner's guide to the creatures and supernatural entities of Filipino folklore. Prepare to learn about the Aswang's characteristics, its notorious reputation as a shapeshifter, and the different types and its origin and influence. What is Aswang? The term aswang encompasses a range of malevolent shape-shifting entities within Filipino folklore, including vampires, ghouls, witches, viscera suckers, and beings that transform into human-animal hybrids, often taking the form of dogs, cats, or pigs. Aswang is a prominent figure in Philippine mythology, featuring prominently in myths, stories, art, and cinema, and is widely recognized throughout the Philippines. Even during the Spanish colonization in the 16th century, the Aswang remained the most feared among the country's mythical creatures. Despite lacking a clear motive beyond causing harm to others, their actions can be seen as a departure from traditional Filipino values. The Aswang enjoys particular popularity in the southern regions of Luzon and various areas in Mindanao and Visayas, with the Visayan province of Capiz being especially renowned for its association with these supernatural beings. As per Maximo Ramos, the term Aswang serves as a comprehensive label for a diverse array of supernatural beings found in Filipino folklore. These entities can be classified into 5 distinct categories that bear similarities to creatures from Western mythology. These categories encompass vampires, self-segmenting viscera suckers, were-dogs, witches, and ghouls. 5 types of Aswang. Number 1. The vampire. The vampire Aswang takes on the guise of a beautiful woman and shares a penchant for blood with its Western counterparts. However, it deviates in its method of blood-sucking using a proboscis-like tongue instead of sharp teeth. Unlike typical vampires, Aswang do not dwell in tombs. Some reside in remote forested areas while others infiltrate human communities by marriage, either slowly draining their husbands of blood or using their homes as hideouts, venturing out at night to raid other villages. A prime example is the Tagalog Mandurgo, known to inhabit the region of Capiz. Number 2. The viscera sucker. Also known as the Manananggal, this Aswang feeds on internal organs or the phlegmatic discharge of the sick. By day, it assumes the form of an attractive fair-skinned woman with long hair. Come nightfall, it sprouts wings and separates its upper body, leaving its lower half behind. Concealing its lower torso carefully, it takes flight in search of victims, particularly pregnant women with fetuses. Viscera suckers often inhabit jungle dwellings or even trees, and like vampire Aswang, frequently integrate into human communities through marriage. Number 3. The were-dog. Referred to as the were-dog by Maximo Ramos, this category of Aswang doesn't necessarily transform into dogs. Ramos suggests that were-creatures are named after the most formidable creatures in their respective regions. Thus, Europe has werewolves, India has were-tigers, Africa has were-leopards, and Russia has were-bears. Since the Philippines lacks an indigenous wolf population, were-dog serves as a fitting term. Like other Aswang, the were-dog infiltrates villages and undergoes a nocturnal transformation, typically around midnight. While the creature is often a dog, it can also assume the forms of a cat or pig. The were-dog preys on humans, particularly targeting pregnant women traveling at night, urging them not to let their hair hang loose, as doing so is believed to offer protection against these creatures. Unlike other Aswang, were-dogs do not integrate into human communities through marriage, but rather travel as peddlers or construction laborers. Number 4. The Witch. Aswang witches are known for their extreme vindictiveness, casting curses upon those who wrong them. They possess the ability to make objects such as rice, bones, or insects emerge from the bodily orifices of their victims. These witches have eyes that reflect images upside down along with elongated irises. They reside on the outskirts of towns and villages, instilling fear, avoidance, and hatred among the local populace. Witches can transform into Aswang if they possess certain qualities that align with existing Aswang characteristics, thus enhancing their powers. If captured, Aswang witches are swiftly executed without hesitation. People steer clear of witches, and their presence elicits fear and apprehension in those nearby. If an unfortunate incident occurs near the witch's residence, blame and punishment often follow. Number 5. The Ghoul. Ghoul Aswang are humanoid, but tend to remain hidden from view. Their diet primarily consists of human corpses, making them carrion eaters. Equipped with sharp and robust nails and teeth, they are adept at exhuming and devouring fresh burials. This dietary preference results in a rank and pungent odor. Ghoul Aswang frequently congregate in trees near cemeteries where they feast on newly interred dead. Behavior. Aswang, commonly known to roam the night, find solace in locations like cemeteries and woodlands where their power significantly wane if not entirely dissipate in the daylight. Despite their portrayal as untamed monsters dwelling in the wild and on society's fringes, they possess the remarkable ability to adapt to urban and rural environments inhabited by humans while retaining their feral monstrous essence. This versatility sets them apart from most other creatures of folklore. Aswang also share an aversion to light, prompting brightly lit wakes to deter them from stealing and feasting on deceased. Noise is another deterrent, though there are rare accounts of Aswang attending noisy gatherings. Traditionally, Aswang are depicted as one-dimensional monsters inherently driven by evil impulses, with motives that seem inscrutable, centered solely on causing harm and devouring other beings. This overt malevolence stands in stark contrast to traditional Filipino values. They display no partiality in selecting their victims, not even sparing their own kin, defying the cherished Filipino principle of strong family bonds and kinship. Aswang are associated with impurity, showing a preference for raw human flesh over the culinary delights of Filipino culture. Moreover, they often exhibit lewd behavior with female Aswang in particular, defying the values of traditional modesty by exposing themselves. Countering and slaying Aswang. Various remedies and countermeasures have been devised to ward off or eliminate Aswang, each with its cultural and symbolic significance. These tools include holy objects, spices, salt, ash, stingray tails, large crustaceans, vinegar, betel nut chew, urine, and even the reversal of a ladder leading to a house, all believed to provide protection against Aswang. As Aswang were believed to cause miscarriages, specific countermeasures were created to safeguard against their presence during childbirth. One method involves the husband of a pregnant woman standing naked beneath the house, vigorously waving a sword. Sharp sticks or bolos are placed between bamboo flooring to deter Aswang from lurking below. It's advised that sick individuals avoid staying in houses with holes and refrain from groaning to avoid attracting Aswang. A special anti-Aswang oil can also be prepared. To create it, a particular coconut is chosen and allowed to grow until twilight during a full moon on a chilly, gloomy night. The coconut is grated, its juice extracted, and then boiled to make oil. Secret prayers accompany the process, and the waste is thrown into the ocean to conceal the oil's creator from Aswang. Once prepared, the oil is hung at the house's door, boiling to signal the presence of Aswang. Other methods for detecting Aswang include listening for scratching noises in the ceiling, checking if your reflection in an Aswang's eyes is inverted when they are in disguise, and identifying animals with no tails, such as dogs, cats, and pigs as potential Aswang. During holy masses, Aswang may attempt to avoid blessings. To eliminate a witch Aswang, a bolo knife can be used to strike the middle of their back. Failing to strike this area allows the witch to lick its wounds and heal. After slaying an Aswang with a bolo, the weapon must be buried underground. Firearms are discouraged for killing Aswang, and attacking an Aswang in its animal form is futile. Magic prayers can render Aswang vulnerable, allowing their body to be dismembered. If the Aswang is cut into 2 pieces, each part must be taken to opposite river banks. Origins and influence of Aswang. The Aswang, a terrifying creature in Philippine folklore, has roots dating back to at least the 16th century when Spanish explorers documented it as the most feared among native monsters. Its stories have evolved through the primarily oral tradition of passing down narratives in the Philippines, adapting to different localities. In one origin story, the term Aswang is linked to the god Gugurang and the evil god Aswang in the Bicol region. Gugurang was the benevolent protector of the region, while Aswang sought to cause harm. Another narrative portrays Gugurang as a fire-wielding deity linked to Mount Mayon, with the Aswang's jealousy leading to chaos and destruction. The word Aswang itself is believed to have originated from Aswang, meaning dog in Filipino, as these creatures often assume dog-like forms. Historian Anthony Lim offers sociological and scientific explanations tracing the influence of Malay immigrants who brought supernatural beliefs, including the Manananggal from Malaysian folklore, a blood-sucking demon arising from a broken pact with a demon. Spanish colonization played a significant role in associating females with Aswangs. The female leaders called babaylans were important figures in healing and spiritual communication. The Spaniards propagated negative views of native animist beliefs, leading to accusations of Aswang practices against women, particularly in places like Capiz, known as the home of Aswangs. Despite modernization, the belief in shape-shifting creatures like Aswangs endures largely due to the strong oral tradition that continues to pass down these stories. Aswangs continue to be used to frighten children and are sometimes linked to unexplained occurrences in rural communities. In conclusion, the Aswang, deeply entrenched in Philippine folklore and culture, remains a captivating and enduring figure. Its evolution and adaptability across different regions of the Philippines reflect the rich and dynamic nature of oral traditions. Aswangs have transcended time and continue to invoke fear and fascination, serving as both cautionary tales and sources of communal identity. The origins of the Aswang reveal a complex interplay of indigenous beliefs, supernatural narratives, and external influences, notably the impact of Spanish colonization. Aswangs have been used to marginalize and stigmatize certain groups, particularly women who held leadership roles in pre-colonial communities. Today, while the Philippines undergoes modernization, the belief in shape-shifting creatures like Aswangs persists, intertwined with local customs and practices. These mythical beings continue to serve as a potent reminder of the enduring power of folklore and storytelling in preserving cultural heritage. Ultimately, the Aswang is not merely a creature of the night. It is a symbol of the Philippines' rich tapestry of beliefs, history, and the enduring legacy of its oral traditions. Our journey ends for now. But remember, there's always more darkness to explore. If you want more scary stories and mysteries, join our community. Hit that subscribe button and keep uncovering the secrets hiding just beyond what we can see. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave. Good night.